Okay, joined today here with Noel Connelly and Pat Holmes, new senior football management team at Elverys MacHale Park. So I suppose just to start off, firstly, Pat, you left the job in 2002 and you brought National League success to Mayo. Did you ever think you'd be coming back to manage the Mayo team?
At the time, probably not. You always have ambition. When I managed Mayo back, when I finished up in 2002, I suppose I was still in my mid-30s, so there was always that, I suppose, maybe in the back of your mind that you might get an opportunity, whatever, but didn't really think a whole pile about it at that stage. And over the years I've been watching Mayo and obviously supporting them from the stands, and got involved in club football, then got involved in Castlebar Mitchells, and then this year the opportunity presented itself, and Noel and myself had a long and hard discussion about whether we should get involved or whether we shouldn't. Should we allow our name to go forward? And we decided we would, because we had worked with, of the 15 players that started down in Limerick in the All Ireland semi-final replay, 12 of them we would have worked with at under 21 level. So we decided if we're ever going to do it and get involved at senior level, that this was the time, because if this group of players passed by, it was probably unlikely that we would get involved. So in 2002 did I see it being senior joint manager in 2015. No, I didn't, but I'm delighted to get the opportunity. I'm really looking forward to the challenge.
Very good. Noel, you were involved with the under 21 set up there, as Pat said, and then you went on to manage your club team, Hollywood Carramore. Was it always an ambition of yours to manage the senior team?
I suppose my first stint into management was actually the Mayo under 21 set up, and I remember sitting with Pat at a minor game, Connacht Championship minor game, maybe a year or two before that, and we, even though we didn't win it, we always felt that there was potential there. And from that day, we sort of said that it would be something that we'd both like to do, was get involved at that level and see where we could take a group of players, that hadn't been successful at that grade of minor, but we kind of saw the ambition and the talent was there to do well at under 21 level. So it was my first let's say involvement at management, and Pat alongside me. We had a great year. We really enjoyed it. We got huge commitment from a group of players, and they worked really, really hard. And we won Connacht first, and we went on to All Ireland. We won All Ireland. It was a super year for us. It was a great start for us. And I think the first year, then led on to the second, the third, and the fourth. We won 4 Connachts in a row. Okay, maybe we feel ourselves. Maybe we might have done a little better in the All Ireland series, maybe 1 or maybe 2 of the other All Ireland series, but it wasn't to be. But from that, I suppose at that point in time, I didn't really think too much about whether I wanted to be a county senior manager or not. But I suppose as you finish your footballing career with your club, and time goes on, time evolves, and as Pat says there, you see the group of players that are there that we have worked with before. It gave me that kind of hunger and bite to want to get back into the fold again, and I'm delighted to be here.
Yeah. Pat, you had great success with the local club here at Castlebar Mitchells, and you got them to an All Ireland club final last March. Do you think you can use the Castlebar's run to the All Ireland as a template for Mayo, or is that something that we'd be seeing?
Every group of players are different, and every time you go to a football match or every time you're involved with a football team, you're always learning. And I would have learned a huge amount from my involvement with Castlebar Mitchells over the 3 years, and hopefully I will be bringing some of that knowledge obviously to the Mayo senior setup. But is it going to be used as a template? It's a different group of players and at a different level, and obviously you'll be taking what you've learned and the good bits out of it or whatever, and trying to integrate those into the Mayo senior setup.
Yeah. Noel, looking back in 2014 and the Mayo team, got to an All Ireland semi-final, had to be taken to a replay down in Limerick. Did you think that this was the year that we were going to get it over the line this year?
Yeah, everybody felt, I suppose, that there was a great belief and a great belief among the players, and a great panel of players there to do well. And maybe looking back in Croke Park, maybe it was the day that we missed the boat. Doing replays 6 days later, and we had to go down to Munster ground for the replay. I suppose it didn't all help the preparation for the Mayo replay, but getting back to answer your question, yes, I certainly thought that we were good enough to win it. We can look back and look at different instances and, say ifs and whats and, refereeing decisions, but look, that's history now. That championship is over. The boys now need to get belief that they can come back even stronger next year and go one step further.
And do you think that there's many changes needed? The team has been developing over the last 4 years, and do you think that there's much of a change needed to break that gap to get us over the line?
Well, you can see from those both games against Kerry that they're within a whisker of being at the very top of the championship. But we believe that while 3 or 4 years have passed with the current group, younger fellas down in minor ranks and under 21 ranks have got 3 or 4 years older, and they really, then there's a group of players that really want to give it a good shot, and we feel that there's at least 5 or 6 fellas that could add a lot to this current panel of players that hopefully would make a difference in the upcoming championship and in the All Ireland series, hopefully if we get that far.
And just in relation to the two of you, you're in as a 50-50 joint managership, would that be correct?
Well, yeah, I mean, we started this way at under 21 level in 2006, and I suppose it was a new venture for us, and I suppose we both have our traits. Pat would be very good in the organisational side, and I'd be bouncing ideas off him, and he'd be bouncing ideas back off me, and I suppose that helps. When you're not in it alone, it always helps. To make decisions and to be able to bounce ideas off somebody else, and I think that helps for me certainly. That there's somebody there that you trust and and that you have played with, and I think that can only be good for the setup.
And just in preparation for today's interview, we were asking some of the supporters there to maybe put some of the questions that they'd like asked, and one question that was posed by Enda McCallick was if a sub needs to be made in a match and you both disagree, who gets the final word?
Well, I suppose in that scenario, me, of course. in that, we're I suppose a management team, and it's not just Noel and myself. Like you have Micheál Collins, you have Donny Buckley, obviously involved in team selection and obviously changes as well. So at the end of the day, it's about coming to a consensus, and we had that at under 21 level. It worked very, very well for us, and we don't believe it'll be any different at senior level.
And just to follow on then from that, you're just the key members of your management team. Would you like to just take us through them?
Well, they obviously everybody is familiar with Donny Buckley, who was involved for the last 2 years with the Mayo senior football team, Kerry man living in Ennis or whatever. So he's the footballing coach, and then we have Barry Solan as our strength and conditioning coach. He's from Balladreen, die-hard Mayo man, played football with Balladreen, involved with Balladreen club, involved with Laois and Kildare over the last 2 years at senior intercounty level, and has a very, very strong CV. And then obviously the last person is Micheál Collins, who was involved with me when we won the National League in 2001 when Noel was captain or whatever, and he was involved with Noel and myself in 2006 to 2009 at under 21 level. So that's the background.
I suppose there has been a lot of talk over the last number of weeks about the whole appointment process of yourselves. Just have you any thoughts on that?
Well, I suppose, when, as Pat said there, myself and Pat sat down, we put our names forward. I suppose we went through the right channels in terms of putting our names forward. We got nominated by the clubs. We did a pre-interview process. We did an actual interview process now. I suppose how the final decision was aired and brought to the public was maybe disappointing for everybody concerned. But look, we feel that we're there on merit. We did everything that we feel we possibly could do right. And all we're just saying now is that we're looking forward to the challenge with the group of players that we have, and we want to move on.
Okay. Are the public likely to see many changes to the playing panel? And if there are going to be changes, how are you going to identify new talent or existing talent, and how are you going to identify maybe additional players to be brought into the panel?
I suppose from that point of view, you're starting with a clean slate, and there's a panel of 34, 35 players there over the last number of years, and we've got to look at what's out there besides that. So with a view to doing that, we have brought in a lot of young players, nearly 20 players or whatever, who we have pushed on a strength and conditioning program with a view to preparing them to do themselves justice when it comes to trial games, post-Christmas or whatever in the FBD League, National League. So everybody will be judged on merit when we start playing football. And how many new players come into the Mayo senior panel, we don't know that at this stage. We will be obviously analysing every player performance when they get an opportunity in the FBD League, in the National Football League, and as we go through those two competitions or whatever, we will be whittling down the panel till we arrive at our final panel for the 2015 championship. But how many players will actually be new, how many players will be off the existing panel, it is hard to say. But obviously the majority will come from the existing panel, but there will be hopefully a few new places that will put up their hands and say that they want to be included.
And I suppose 2015 will be your first year. What would be the league and championship ambition for 2015?
Well, I suppose ideally in the FBD first, we spoke about bringing in new players. We'd like to find maybe 5 or 6 new players, and maybe defence, midfield, forward division. Hopefully that would strengthen our core panel. Obviously when the National League starts, you'd like to get a good foundation, maybe win your first early games. I think it's important for confidence among the team and among the group, and we'll try, if that would happen, ideally you'd like to push on and go as far as you can in the league. But ultimately I suppose you'll be judged on championship, and we want to have our best group of players come June, fit, healthy and fully prepared for the heat of battle above in Salt Hill. And we'll take one game as it comes, we won't look any further than that, and we'll see where the journey takes us.
And I suppose just looking forward to the league, like the fixtures come out recently, so it's a tough opener away to the All Ireland Champions Kerry, down in Kerry.
Yeah, well, it is, but I suppose for the players it's probably the one that they most like. It's a chance to redeem themselves as quickly as they possibly could. And you'll be hoping that Kerry have celebrated a bit more than they did every other year. But yeah, look, it's a huge challenge to travel into the Lions Den. But we hope that the players will be up for it, and if we could pick up 2 points, it'd be a great start. Yeah, and Pat, I suppose for the championship, it's looking like the distinct prospect of Galway in Salt Hill. New management for Mayo, a new manager in Galway, Kevin Welch. You both would have experienced battles with Kevin down through the years. It looks like it's going to be a cracker.
Well, obviously Galway are always going to be a tough proposition, and then particularly going away from home, and with a new management they will be expected to get a bounce, and their last championship game against Kerry, whatever, they played very, very well. So we know that it's going to be a tough proposition. We're under no illusions about that. But all we can do is control what we can control, and is prepare as well as we possibly can. And as Noel said, hopefully have all our players fit and prepared to the best of our ability and ready for battle, and cannot do any more than that.
Yeah. And I suppose just finally to finish up, if there was one message you could give to our massive Mayo supporters, what would that message be?
Well, I suppose I suppose come support their team every day they go out. I suppose they go out there and do the best, no more than we do. Like we try to put up the best team out that we think will represent Mayo in the best possible way. We don't make decisions lightly on that. We won't be making decisions lightly, let's say in the team or the panel. We're going to try and do the best for Mayo football, so we hope that they come as they always have done in their thousands. We must be probably one of the best counties supported on all of Ireland, and that's been shown over the last 20-30 years. And just to I suppose, as the old saying, keep the faith.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, Noel Connelly and Pat Holmes, I think I speak on behalf of all the supporters here. We wish you the very best of luck in your management career with Mayo here, and we hope that success comes early and often.